My channel. Hi, my name is Monette, and this is my channel Evolve with Monette. For those of you that are new here, I am a professional intuitive empath, and we're going to get right into the subject at hand. The title of the video today is Like We Never Loved at All. It's been so interesting. I don't know how come every time I get on here, I'm immediately thirsty. Pardon me, guys. Hmm. It's been so interesting for me the way that healing goes. I've been documenting my healing, cataloging it, kind of doing this video diary here. And you guys have got to share in it. But I'm on the other side of it. Life is good. However, I'm getting all these really amazing lessons. And so I want to share them with you. This lesson is a tarot reading for those of you that are in the divine masculine feminine struggle. Though it's one I have been in, it's not one I'm in anymore. And so, man, it feels good to be out. For those of you that want to stay in, I do not hate. But I will try to help you understand some of the things that helped me to create a way out. And what did I get out of? I got out of a labyrinth. I got out of Pan's Labyrinth. And it's very interesting. Another video coming up about that. Pan's Labyrinth, a movie about being able to tell the difference between what is good and what is evil. It is not always what we perceive. It's not always the first thing that we were taught to believe. In any case, good message coming up about that. But Pan is representative of the devil. It's representative of something that's quite alluring, that could eventually end up pulling the strings, your strings, maybe. Maybe that's a message for someone here. Someone dealing with a Capricorn, or someone dealing with Machiavellian energy, that of being puppeteered. How can you just walk on by without one tear in your eye? Don't you have the slightest feelings left for me? Maybe that's just your way of dealing with the pain. Forgetting everything between our rise and fall, like we never loved at all. Like we never loved at all. Six of Cups to the Lovers. In the Akashic Records, the Six of Cups, whenever it comes out in tarot, represents past life connections, soulmate connections. It doesn't always have to be a romantic partner, but in this case, the tarot says it is in fact that. How can you just walk on by without one tear in your eye? Don't you have the slightest feelings left for me? The Queen of Swords loses her feelings because she has to train for battle. And usually in battle, we lose some piece of our humanity. The Queen of Swords walks on by with the Ten of Wands and endings, moving out of a situation where there is nothing left to be salvaged without one tear in your eye. Forgetting everything between our rise, the Six of Wands, the Sun, Leo energy, and the Hierophant, Taurus energy, the contract, the marriage. Funny how that just fell out of my hand. Yes, there is success here when some of you guys walk on by. That's the message for tonight. Because there was the rise in a thing for you, and then there was quite literally the fall. Between our rise and fall, the thing about this fall is that this fall is a slow, slippery descent into madness. For those of us that have been in this connection, I don't think that any party involved in the divine masculine, the divine feminine, even the karmic, doesn't devolve into some level of madness. That's what I observed on my journey and in my go around the sun when I was never having fun, but always in a place of strategy, because this was what was being done to me. And maybe, listener, this was what was being done to the Ten of Swords and the Five of Swords. Mind games, manipulation, emotional abuse. This is my card of narcissism, of immaturity. Hurt people hurt people. People that have never healed their past wounds will bleed on other people that never cut them. How can you just walk on by without one tear in your eye? In the video, if you go check out the video that Faith Hill and Tim McGraw did, well, a love story that's very true, but she is the anchor through and through. Capricorn, I do believe, and he is a Pisces. They should win an Oscar for it. It's so well acted. It is only able to be acted that way by two people that share an actual soulmate connection. What I have just said is the truth. The Two of Cups, two people sharing mutual feelings and emotions, also the truth, sharing the same idea about what life could be, about the possibilities. Faith Hill and Tim McGraw mirror the couple, and hopefully never in real life do they mirror them, as this is a departure song, a song that is bittersweet, because this is the part that we get to divine masculine and divine feminine, where we are longing for the other side of the other part. This is usually what happens in separation, right down to them having a karmic, a blonde floozy in the video. I died laughing. I was like, angels, y'all are hilarious. And what I want you to know about that floozy, for those of you here that are new with the fresh wounds, that miss your boo and you're like, oh my god, da, 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 whoever they chose up on or chose down on, actually it's clear to see in the video, they are not the, okay? And when I got to that point in my journey, when I was just like tickled because I realized what was happening in my divine masculine journey and what they chose and what they had and what they lost and how great of a cost. Girl, I could rhyme all night about it. Once I got past the pain, it did take some time, but I was like, wow, God is so good. It's hilarious. Please go look at it. If you think that if you are worried, because I talk to a lot of women that are worried about that, and men too, like, what's this other person? I need you to understand how powerful you are. I need you to understand how whomever is the other person is not capturing their attention, and that they're probably still in love with you. That is not, now that was not part of my journey per se, but it's what I see when I work with clients every day. Okay, please don't underestimate this kind of a connection. Now, Faith Hill and Tim McGraw play this so beautifully, because as they're singing to each other, there is this moment where there is mutual longing in each other's eyes. And they are both missing glances by seconds, which is something that happens in the 5D and 3D with communication when we're in separation, but also before separation. And that's the part that sung to me. I have loved this song forever. I have watched this from the second it came out, before I could even really relate to the sentiment or had ever have gone through that kind of tragedy that brings out that kind of emotion. I remember watching it and realizing that they keep missing each other and it's right there, but also realizing that the love was still so strong and they both understood where they belonged, but things had got contentious and out of hand, and they were now on and in foreign lands. The way that Faith and he sing on stage during a practice and then separate from each other and then watch each other, catch each other at just the wrong moment, where it turns into this explosive thing, is so relatable. And for someone here listening, you understand, because that has been your story. With the World card here, we have an ending. So something came to a great ending. And in that situation, I want you to understand this. There were outside parties that were allowed to influence, but they're having me go back to what I was going to say, that there is multi-layers. Just like there are harmonies in the song, they're saying there are multi-layers that happen here in this kind of connection. She is talking about the end of their relationship, but in order to get to an ending, you are existing in a relationship that's like this. 5 of Wands is conflict, strife, fighting. It's essentially spell work. It's like people throwing bad words, bad energy, bad intentions around in hopes to separate or break up a thing. If you're a divine masculine and feminine, you will have to fight for your connection, but beyond having to fight for it, it will be pressed and challenged. If you're here to ascend and help people see what it is to really be in a good union with somebody, there will be interlopers like the blonde floozy in the video. video, right? But before you get to the point where you're actually seeing the evidence of what you intuit, you will feel it. What Faith Hill sings about is the emotional abandonment that happens in relationships prior to. How can you just walk on by? Hear it again, guys. Without one tear in your eye, don't you have the slightest feelings left for me? Maybe it's just your way of dealing with the pain. And she says, I want to know your secret. Can you tell me what your secret is that keeps you going on like you have or like you did? This is when we perceive divine feminines and divine masculines. Y'all know I'm telling the truth. When someone is stepping out energetically on you, before you ever see it or have proof of it, you feel it. You feel it right here. And if you're a super empath or you're an empath or you're an MMM, if whatever you are, hi dad, M&M, gotcha, whatever you are, they precipitated that by creating a silence this. You didn't have evidence, but you definitely have evidence. And that is what your angels want you to know. There's more to the song than just the letting go. There's the buildup, and there is the understanding of why things began to move so slow. If you had a natural flow between you and your partner and then that's disrupted, that's an energetic disruption. Everybody feels it. Even people that think that they don't have perception or intuition understand interloping energies. We are community people, we are communal. We understand tribalism. And so, if there is a new energy in the tribe, do dogs not sniff each other? Do animals not stay with their own? And do we not, when we are in a spiritual community, figure out where to and where not to roam, right? This is about knowing who our people are, knowing like who has our back and knowing who has our best interests and knowing who will and will not attack and knowing when to retreat. Someone left you before they left you and they left you feeling defeat. And so what did you do? Did you forget about the magic? No. Some of you sunk into this place, and this is replicated later in your divine masculine or feminine, respectively, face. You got there first. If you're watching this video, you are a person who got there first, meaning you felt what was oncoming. You anticipated the worst. There's a train of thought regarding self-fulfilling prophecy, right? In my journey, I got to predict an ending, and it came true in bigger ways than I would ever know. I know I could have taken the new, right? In bigger ways than I would ever know. But the thing about it is that before I got to the ending, and as things were moving slow, this is where I went to. Now, this is not just depression or the sunken place. This is getting intuitively lost so that you can only really hear the truth, and you can only really clear energy, and you can only really understand what you need to. There is no friend that can walk you through this dark night of the soul when you are in separation or you feel the separation starting to take a toll, because before you ever exit in a physical way, there will be so many times that you will wish your partner said what they needed to say, and you bear the weight of that empath. We intuit that, and we're trying to transmute that, and we're trying to stop it. We're trying to do a lot of things. And if I could spare any of you guys the pain that I went through, abandoned ship, because they never forgot about the magic. They never forgot about the passion or the pain. They did miss you, and in the song, as the refrain says, and they longed to kiss you. However, they were too busy when you were ready for that kind of connection, inflicting pain. You get it, guys? How can you just walk on by without one tear in your eye? Don't you have the slightest feelings left for me? Leo, the strength card. I love this. It's quite an alluring stance. Half woman, half beast. I love this for you. My angels have a sense of humor. We'd wrap this up nicely. Divine feminine and masculine represented here. Beauty and the beast. I love them. My angels are amazing. Tale as old as time. You became integrated when you push past divine masculine's ways and decided to ascend to become divine. This is a diva. This is someone who's in control of herself. This is a boss. This is the full integration of the person that you lost while you were discerning emotional abandonment. How can you just walk on by without one tear in your eye? Don't you have the slightest feelings left for me? The feelings are left, but left are the feelings. Yes, there are feelings that are left, but there are also feelings that have gone. Because being in this position, divine feminine, if you're listening, it's not where you belong. Eight of Swords. This is mind games and confusion. This is self-made prisons of your own choosing. And you say, but I didn't choose it, Mona. I didn't want it to be that way. But if you stay because of your loyalty, Six of Cups, the Akashic Records, the Ethers, the Book of Life, the destined soulmate connection, if you stay because of your loyalty, you no longer will be in balance. Six of Swords and Six of Cups. Now we have synchronicity regarding balance. That's what the six represents. So your angels and ancestors spirited you away. That's how come you can walk on by without one tear. Three of Swords caused from heartbreak. Look at the anguish. That's what you carried before they ever decided they wanted to languish back in your energy and field. Don't forget it, divine feminine. Don't forget it, divine masculine. Don't forget what it took you to heal. It's time. Hi, sweetie. I can't see who it is, but hi, sweetie. It's time to get back to work. It's time to get back to mastery. It's time to getting back to the full and complete total person that you were meant to be. Many hobbies, many things to do. It's not just a one-dimensional you. Frida Kahlo comes to mind, and I guess now I know why. Ten of Cups, ultimate love. It's time to connect in a better way to something that is not withheld, something that is freely given, communication that comes clearly through, and energies that are delighted, enthralled, enchanted, and understand your magic, and they want to work with you. Divine Feminine, that's how come you can walk on by and you've left these tears to dry. You don't have the slightest feelings left for them. This is them now. The mirror effect has happened. There's a part of the song where it's passionate and Faith Evans is reaching for a guttural run and she bends her knees and dips below and Tim is above her, and in this moment she's in a submissive position. And what it reminded me of is a position we assume when we're giving pleasures to our mates, right? And right after I saw that, I noticed it, and I immediately thought fellatio. I just did, because she had the mic in her hand. It was the whole thing, and I felt like she was trying to entice him back in, like sexually. But then a split second later, I was so proud. My Piscean brother did something that I don't know that many country male singers would do. He's very in touch with his intuitive and feminine side, and he dipped as well. It reminded me of that old, I put my hand up on your hip. When I dip, you dip, we dip. Well, a different kind of dip, and that was fun and dancing, but it was a beautiful poetry in motion. And I don't think it was choreographed. I think it was what he felt that he should do. He was feeling the motion of the ocean, that very Piscean energy. And it was a beautiful thing to see, because I thought right there, they mirrored each other so clearly, and yet they still couldn't see. The longing, the passion, the desire, the way that you connect with someone who actually lights your fire, who really, I mean really, light your fire. That is something that you thought maybe that you had. And I think upon reflection, you will realize maybe you had it. And maybe it wasn't good and maybe it wasn't bad. But maybe, just maybe, clarify for me as you move forward, as you speak your truth, Eight of Wands, you will hit pay dirt and things will turn out beautifully. Ace of Pentacles associated with Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo energies. Grounded, abundance, financially so, but emotionally as well. This is why you can walk on by. Come on, angels, tell the story. Justice, Libra energy. Libra is dealing with the energy of October, the month of October. It is partnerships, it is balance. Remember the 6-6 that came up earlier? That is about balance. That's how come you can walk on by, Queen of Pentacles. Come on, Queen of Pentacles. Come on. I love to see we Divine Feminines getting regrounded without one tear in your eye because you don't have the slightest feelings left. But you do care about your community and you do care about giving a helping hand. And what I want to tell you, sweet empaths, Divine Feminines, Divine Masculines, gay, straight, or otherwise, I promise you, you get your man, you get your woman, you get your partner, you get your actual purpose. You get the person that you can invest into who will in turn be reciprocal and invest back into you. You lose confusion. Two of Swords. You surrender. Hey, Belinda, so cool to get you on here finally. Two of Swords. You lose confusion. You surrender to the universe and the wisdom. You dance your own dance. She looks like a ballerina, the Holy Ghost leaping out of her chest. And you live a life that for you, High Priestess, leads you to not only great offers, but only, lost a whole bunch of cards. They must have wanted me to get to one. It leads you to not only a bunch of great offers, but to living in your highest, fullest, and for your best. Come on, Four of Wands. Come on, Nine of Cups, wish fulfillment. Come on, working together. This is love. This is when you love your partner. This is when you like your partner. This is when it's easy. And this is not just infatuation that makes you queasy. This is what's promised you, Divine Feminine, when you do walk on by and when you authentically no longer have no tears in your eyes, because new energy will find you. Oh my God, how beautiful these four cards just fell out. New energy will find you. It will absolutely, it's so beautiful. I gotta put it on here for you guys to see. New energy will find you. It will absolutely come through. Ace of Cups. Wow. Overflowing love. The Lovers, my favorite Lovers card. The King of Cups, Knight of Cups, and the Four of Wands. Take your time this time. Be in love that's divine. Oh my God. Set your boundaries, empath, and know that if you went through this journey, your drought days do not last. Look at that love. Look at that blush. It's the blush of love for me, sis. It's the blush in the cards here. In every card, there is a blush. Something for you will arise. And that's why you walk on by. It's not that you never loved at all, but it is that you're no longer willing to take the fall, and you realize that you deserve not just a few crumbs. You deserve them all. And so it is. I'm so happy to share energy with you guys tonight. I love when they give me a message like that. I have another video coming up here quickly, shortly, for my Bella Moo, who is on here. My sweet Belinda. Gemini is up next. I thought about it earlier when I was out to dinner with friends. So Gemini is up next. Let's see what we get. Thank you guys for popping in. Let me see. Hey, I know, finally. Hey, Empath. Thank you, Nolan. Hey, Mason. All right, guys, pop on. I'm going to be on back here in a few minutes, and we're going to hit Gemini and see what else comes up. Belinda Moore, my fact checker. Y'all show Miss Belinda some love. Whenever I say anything, because when I'm channeling, God knows I say anything, Belinda's always down in the comments ever so politely with the accurate information. She is factual, she is actual, and she's always on time. Love you, Belinda. See you in a few. Bye.